Eto na ang programang magiging gabay mo upang ikaw ay matuto.
DepEd 12
Radyo Eskwela! Makinig at matuto.
DepEd 12
Radyo Eskwela! Alternatibong programang handog ng DepEd Soxargen na kahit saan ka man ay matututo ka.
DepEd 12
Radyo Eskwela!
Naguguluhan, nalilito. Paano ba
A pleasant day to our dear grade 10 learners. Welcome to another day of fun and amazing learning. This is your school on the air in grade 10 English. I am your teacher, Mr. Danilo Coquilla Jr. from Buayan National High School. And I am glad to be with you in learning about composing an argumentative essay. Are you all excited? Please make sure that you are seated comfortably and have already eaten your favorite food while listening to our program. This will be another fun and amazing learning experience for you. Gear yourself with a pen and printed learning activity sheet for quarter number 3, week number 2, that says Composing an Argumentative Essay, as we are about to start another journey in learning for the third quarter. But before that, let me ask you a question first. Do you know the foundation of any argument? How must an argumentative essay be written? Are there techniques in writing an argumentative essay? Let us see. Can you remember the topics that made you try to convince people? You may write them on your paper. It is good to know that you have learned to love convincing people as part of your learning. That's good. If you were to write or make your own argumentative essay, what will it be? Can you think of one? You may write it again on your paper. That's good. Well, this is the topic that I will be discussing to you today. Compose an argumentative essay. Are you ready? I know you are. For our second lesson in this quarter, you are expected to recognize techniques in argumentation, expand ideas using principle of cohesion and coherence, and develop an argumentative essay. Of course, to be able to do this, we need your attention and full cooperation. Can we expect this from you? Great! Let's get ready then. As what I have mentioned, our activity is all about recognizing techniques in argumentation, expanding ideas using principle of cohesion and coherence, and developing an argumentative essay. Please have your learning activity sheet with you so that you can follow me, your radio teacher, Mr. Danilo Coquilla Jr. from Buayan National High School. To our grade 10 students, this is our second activity for the third quarter. Hello dear students. Many of us Filipinos like to argue with other people, especially if somebody's idea is against our own idea. When people argue, they disagree with each other, sometimes loudly. You don't always have to yell when you argue, though sometimes you're just trying to prove a point. An argumentative essay tries to change the reader's mind by convincing the reader to agree with the writer's point of view. It is important to remember that reasons are the foundation of any argument. An argumentative essay should be written objectively and logically. Do you know that there are techniques in argumentation? Can you enumerate them? Let me give you 10 seconds to think. That's right. The techniques an argumentation writer could use are analogy, comparison and contrast, definition, and analysis. How do we define them? Do you still have ballpens with you? Please take note of the 4 techniques an argumentation writer could use. Ready? Let us start defining the techniques. Again, an argumentative essay tries to change the reader's mind by convincing the reader to agree with the writer's point of view. Here are the techniques an argumentation writer could use. Number 1. Analogy. There is an assumption that the two things similar in one aspect are alike in another aspect. Example: bread, butter. Teacher, student. Number 2. Comparison and contrast. This technique represents the similarities and/or differences of the two major concerns. Example: beauty versus brawn. Beauty ensures permanent and remarkable success, while brawn ensures temporary success. Number 3. Definition. This technique gives a meaning or several meanings to a concept that forms the argument. Example: feminism. Feminism is not about hating men. It's all about celebrating the power of women side by side with men. And the number 4 is analysis. It is a technique that takes part from the whole and scrutinizes it to prove the point. Example: career choice. One's personal interest determines her choice of career because it is her natural response to life in general. Personal interest apart from skills, resources, and etc. I have presented the 4 techniques an argumentation writer could use. Can you enumerate them? Let us see. Can you mention the first technique? That's good. How about the second technique? The third technique? Great. And finally, the fourth technique. Awesome. Good job, dear students. Congratulations! You have learned the techniques in writing an argumentative essay. Are you now ready to determine whether each sentence explains as analogy, comparison, contrast, definition, or analysis? Let us now do the activity in pages 1 to 2 of your activity sheet. Write A for analogy, C for comparison and contrast, D for definition, and AN for analysis. What can you say about the activity? Were you able to answer them correctly? Do you already know how to identify each technique? Good job! You have successfully identified the given sentences as analogy, comparison, contrast, definition, and analysis. This time, you are going to learn about expanding ideas using principle of cohesion and coherence. Afterwards, you will be doing the activities in relation to this topic. Well, to give you more idea, coherence is the way in which ideas in a text are linked logically, while cohesion is the way in which different parts of a text refer to each other, linking devices, pronouns, transitional words, and phrases, diction, sentence, connectors, and etc. Understanding coherence and cohesion involves recognizing how the ideas in a text are linked and how those links are expressed through the words chosen. The following are examples of cohesive devices and transitional words or phrases. Words or phrases to help sequence ideas or transition between sentences or paragraphs. First, second, third, in the first place, also, lastly, after, afterwards, as soon as, at first, at last, before long, finally, in the meantime, later, meanwhile, next, soon, and then. Words or phrases to indicate more information. Besides, furthermore, in addition, in fact, moreover, and not only, but also, additionally. Words or phrases to help conclude a piece of writing. In conclusion, finally, lastly, to sum up, and hence. Words or phrases to contrast. Nevertheless, on the contrast, but, however, yet, despite, though. Choice, or, either or, neither nor. Purpose, so that. Result or effect. Consequently, so, therefore, thus. Cause, reason, consequence. Because, as, since, for. Similarity, similarly, likewise. Exemplification, for example, for instance, such as, particularly. Clarification, in other words. This time, we are going to fill in the blanks with the correct linking words to be used to expand and complete the idea in the passages. For passage A, choices are what, and, also, that, which, thus. The passage goes this way. One of the most wonderful inventions of the modern times is television. It is now possible to sit in the comfort of one's home. Number 1 blank, watch on a screen event. Number 2 blank, are happening 100 miles away. We can, number 3 blank, get entertainment from films, dances, plays, and sports. Number 4 blank, are shown on the screen. It is difficult to imagine number 5 blank, life would be like without television. Are you done answering passage A? Let us now proceed to passage letter B. Choices are that, by, however, what, because, also. Let us now continue with passage letter B. Number 6 blank, the year 2010. 1/3 of the world's cropland will have turned to dust. 1 million species will have become extinct, and hundreds of millions of people will face starvation. This is happening. Number 7 blank. Our civilization has kept on expanding on the assumption that the world's resources are limitless. Number 8 blank. Merely stopping growth is not the answer. Number 9 blank. The need is development. Number 10 blank. Works in partnership with the environment. That's it. We have just finished filling in the blanks with the correct linking verbs. It's fun, right? Now that you have learned how to expand ideas using principle of cohesion and coherence, let us now proceed to composing or developing an argumentative essay. Once again, you are turning in to School on the Air in Grade 10 English. Certainly, learning the characteristics of an argumentative essay is something that is helpful to us, especially that almost every day we encounter and communicate to a lot of people from all walks of life. Right, students? An argumentative essay has the following characteristics: presents and explains the issue or case, gives reasons and supports these reasons to prove its point, refutes, proves wrong, opposing arguments. In writing an argumentative essay, one should follow the structure in its parts. The following are the parts of an argumentative essay. First, introduction. The first paragraph or the introductory part. Second, body, which contains the reasons. And third, conclusion, which restates the main claim and presents one or two general statements which accurately summarize the arguments which support the main premise. Actually, these parts of the argumentative essay were just a review from our last discussion. The following are the suggestions for developing an argumentative essays. First, select an arguable topic, preferably one which interests, puzzles, or appeals to you. Second, take a position on your topic and form a thesis statement. Third, consider your audience. Fourth, present clear and convincing evidence. Fifth, draft your essay. And sixth, edit, revise your draft. Since you have learned about how to compose or develop an argumentative essay, it is now time for you to do the next activity. Are you ready to accomplish our next learning activity today? Please get your learning activity sheet. Fill in the needed information in the activity sheet. Write your name, grade and section, and the date today. Please do not forget to write the quarter, the week number, and the learning activity number. Please write quarter number 3, week number 2, and learning activity sheet number 1. That's right. Good job. For our second activity, write at least 3 to 4 paragraph essay expressing your stand and arguments. Use the different techniques in argumentation expressing your claim. Be sure to link your ideas by using cohesion and coherence. Use a separate sheet of paper for this activity. Here are the topics that you may choose from. Number 1. Is the death penalty an effective punishment for criminals? Number 2. Are we too dependent on computers and technology? Number 4. Should healthcare systems be free or paid? And number 5. Should students have sex education classes at school? Please take note of the rubrics provided in your activity sheets. How do you find the activity? Have you read and analyzed it already? Well then, you can now start doing the activity. As my treat, I will play a song that you will enjoy while you are doing your activity. Enjoy! If you want to request a song, you may write your request in the feedback form to be attached to your learning activities sheet. We will have your song request played on our next hearing. That was great! We were able to accomplish our activity in composing, developing an argumentative essay. Congratulations for a job well done. You may send your answers through text or call or send them through Messenger or through any available modes. I hope you enjoyed our activity today. It was really fun working with you on the activities we accomplished together. You're well appreciated for your performance and cooperation. Once again, this is your radio teacher, Mr. Danilo Coquilla Jr. from Buayan National High School. Till next time, this is School on the Air in Grade 10 English. Good day and God bless everyone.
Bagong araw na naman, bagong kaalaman, bagong matututunan sa paaralang panghimpapawid. Kami samahan, sabayan ng mga aralin, mga gawain siguradong kagigiliwan. Oras na, alisto na, halika